Hey guys, today we're going to start annotating two kinds. You will notice that we are not annotating the entire story today. We're only going to do half. And that's because this story does tend to have a lot of annotations that go with it, and it is a little bit longer story. So this is one of our anchor texts, and it is a novel excerpt. A novel excerpt means that it is part of a whole. So this is a chapter or a piece out of a novel. This is Two Kinds, that's just the title of the chapter, and it's from the Joy Luck Club. So if you like this part and you want to read the entire thing, the Joy Luck Club is the title of the novel. And our author is Amy Tan. Now, remember I said this is a lot of writing. If at any point you feel the need to pause the video, walk away, take a break, that is fine. But you do need to make sure you have all of this for your test. So let's begin. The first thing I underlined is you could be anything you wanted to be in America. And then I made a point to box the words in retirement, prodigy. I also underlined, of course, you can be a prodigy too. I underlined, you can be best anything. What does Auntie Lindo know? Her daughter, she is only best tricky. And then America was where all my mother's hopes lay. So, this here, when we begin, is the mother's romanticized idea of the American dream. The mother has come to America after experiencing great personal loss in China. So, we know this is a lot of background information on the mother. The losses may have fueled her grand expectations for her and her daughter. So her losses prior to moving to America have caused her to have these grand dreams and high expectations for everyone around her. The mother has developed some irrational beliefs and unproven expectations about her daughter's potential. We also know that the information in the first three paragraphs helps us to better understand the mother's character. Then this is the author gives us a glimpse into the conflict or the problem that's going to occur. And the author is setting the scene for or foreshadowing disappointment here. All right, so let's move on and look at page 14. So again, this is a lot. Remember, you can pause at any time to make sure you get it all down. So we have a Chinese term which the narrator's mother uses several times when she wants her daughter to pay attention to something. And then that's Nikan, and notice it's underlined for you. I also boxed in the word prodigy again. And then Temple is a child star. So Shirley Temple is a child star from older movies. Again, here the mother is telling her to pay attention in Chinese again. Then it says hair is cut at beauty school by someone with a little experience. So that someone who's training or learning how to cut hair is actually who styles her hair for her. And then this Chinese term helps to create tension. So when the mother is talking to her in Chinese, we know that tension is occurring. The mother is frustrated with her child. And then we have next to where she says that her hair is cut funny, she says she ends up with a boy-like haircut. And at some point she refers to a Peter Pan. If you don't remember, Peter Pan has the very short haircut. That would be what the mother is referring to. Moving up a little bit. We have the narrator's mother is putting a lot of pressure on her daughter to succeed as an American by having her act like someone who she thinks epitomizes what it means to be an American, which is Shirley Temple. So her mother is wanting her to act like someone that she feels is what a true American should look and act like. Then if we move down to paragraph 9, notice I underlined. I pictured this prodigy part of me as many different images, trying each one on for size. I was dainty ballerina girl standing by the curtains, waiting to hear the right music that would send me floating onto my tiptoes. I was like the Christ child, lifted out of the straw manger, crying with holy indignity. I was Cinderella, stepping from her pumpkin carriage with sparkly cartoon music filling the air. So these are allusions. Allusions are going to be references to other works of literature. So she's referring back to the Bible and the Christ child and the fairy tale Cinderella. You also have to look that she is going to make these comparisons to what she's like. Her comparison to the Christ child being lifted out of the manger, crying with holy indignity, and then Cinderella stepping out of her carriage for the first time in that sparkly dress. In paragraph 10, I have the word would several times squared in and the word perfect. I also have the word prodigy. And I have the fact that the mother's urging is in Chinese is significant because it reminds readers that she is a Chinese immigrant, one who wants to achieve success as an American in America through her daughter. The repetition of the word would shows the narrator's hope for the future. It also shows that she does not feel that her parents adore her. She often feels criticized and she sulks a lot or pouts. All right, we're going to move up to page 15. So in page 15, we have the narrator's mother wants her to be a remarkable child. So again, the mother is still trying to focus on her child and get her to be go above and beyond or be absolutely remarkable. And then paragraphs 18 and 19 are going to show the narrator's recent experiences and how they make her feel. On the side, you can see I have this inner dialogue with her reflection in the mirror creates a viral picture of the conflicting parts of her personality. So she wants to do well, but she also wants to be her own person. She wants to please her parents, but she wants to please herself too. Have something inside of me began to die. I hated the test, the raised hopes and failed expectations. It would always be this ordinary face. I began to cry. Such a sad, ugly girl. So here the narrator believes that she has let her mother down despite the fact that her mother's expectations are very high. And then I saw what seemed to be the prodigy side of me. All right, I'm going to move up a little bit. The girl staring back at me was angry, powerful. This girl and I were the same. I had new thoughts, willful thoughts, or rather thoughts filled with lots of wants. I won't let her change me, I promised myself. I won't be what I'm not. So her self-confidence starts to grow here in paragraph 19. And then 18 and 19 show how the narrator views herself. Again, we have conflicting emotions help the reader to better understand the narrator, and the shifting emotions allows the reader to understand that the narrator has undergone a change and is maturing as an individual. We also know the narrator begins to believe in herself and is defiant. She's no longer the person who will try so hard to please her mother. All right, let's go ahead and move on to 16. All right, so 16, again, we have the word prodigy, and again, we have the mother speaking in Chinese. Remember, this is going to show tension, and prodigy is one of our vocabulary words that is used quite often because that's the mother's expectation for the child. So here on the side, you can see that we have both mother and daughter are strong-willed. The mother is more idealistic, believing that all things are possible. The daughter is more realistic, believing that one must accept restrictions in real life. In other words, the mom believes that the daughter can be anything that she wants her to be, whereas the daughter believes that she's only capable of where her interests lie. The daughter believes she can never meet her mother's expectations, and the mother is angry because the daughter refuses to try. All right, let's move on to page 17. On 17, we're going to start here around paragraph 27. And we have mom wants the narrator to be a prodigy so badly, she trades cleaning services for piano lessons. The Ed Sullivan Show was was the longest running variety show from 1948 to 1971. And so this was kind of like a talent competition for people. And then we have exclamation points are used to suggest strong emotion. So we have lots of exclamation points starting from this point on. And the tone of the conversation is emotional, heated, and tense. In paragraph 32, you'll see that we reveal how the mother and the daughter communicate. And we have the question marks, the exclamation points, strong emotions, lots of questioning and lots of yelling back and forth. Then at the bottom, we have both the narrator and the mother are strong willed. So they're both very stubborn and refusing to give up at this point. And both the mother and daughter are firmly set in their beliefs and positions, and they are emotional about them to the point of shouting. All right, so this is where we're going to stop for today. So you should have annotated pages 13 through 17 today. Tomorrow we're going to do 18 all the way to page 24. Now, there are several pages on tomorrow's that have a lot, like today's, but we also have a couple pages that only have a sentence or two. So, tomorrow's annotation should be a little bit easier for you. I hope this helps. Please make sure that you have this written down in your book, because anything that you write down, any notes that are in this book, you will be allowed to use on your open book test. I hope this helps. Please let me know if you guys need anything else.